welcome. We are coming to you with a special broadcast here in the Millenium city, Gurugram. Gurugram was supposed to vote today along with the rest of the state in Haryana, but Gurugram has disappointed. Just about 50% of people came out to vote. This is a drastic drop from the last time around. 2014, remember, it was about 64% roughly. It's a huge drop, and over the next half an hour, we'll try and understand why did that happen. Also, remember, this is not just a trend which is emerging from Gurugram alone. Even if you look at Mumbai, for example, the voter percentage really low, just about 45 to 50% there as well. Again, major drop. So is there a kind of apathy that is building up in maximum cities? Apathy building up in metro cities? Educated urban voter, do they not feel that is it correct to vote? There has been a constant debate about this time and again, and this time there has been again a huge disappointment. I'm Sonal Mehrotra Kapoor, and we'll be going across to my colleague Saurabh Gupta in Mumbai as well to get a perspective from what happened in Maharashtra, another state that voted today. But first up, let me just introduce our panelists tonight. These are just regular voters who went out and voted today. They have exercised their franchise, but why didn't the others turn up? We'll try to understand from them as well. Firstly, congratulations. You've exercised your franchise today. You went out and voted. And if you can just flash your finger to say that, yeah, proud there. But are you extremely disappointed that a lot of people did not do so? This was an extended weekend and people thought it was better to go out than come out and elect a government that they felt was right.
Absolutely. I think I'm quite disappointed to hear because this figure wasn't clear to me since you told me. And I feel that it's our moral duty to come out and vote, and that's why everybody got this holiday. It wasn't there as an extended weekend as people moved out and looking for Diwali celebrations and shopping. So I think duties are there, but
You're surprised with this percentage?
I'm pretty surprised. I'm pretty surprised because
when you say this is a Diwali weekend. When you went out this weekend and you caught up with friends, was this a topic of discussion at all? Did they say that, okay, elections are coming, who are the candidates? Was this part of the conversation at all?
Not really, unfortunately. I didn't go out much, but there wasn't any discussion, but people were looking forward for voting. But I don't know why.
There was quite a response. Everyone wanted to come and vote.
DLF phase 2.
Phase 2.
Okay.
There was quite a response, and people did come out to vote. The ladies and the other old ladies we found. But we didn't see the city. We didn't go down to town. And I think the old villages people, we didn't see.
Ma'am, how many years have you been voting for?
I'm 80 now, so I've been voting for like at least 10 years.
If you see this election, this campaign compared to the others, what is it that comes to mind?
Much of a campaign, much of a campaign in Gurgaon. I didn't find that excitement and that fierce.
You're saying the politicians also did not reach out, is that what you're saying?
The politicians didn't reach out. The ones at DLF, they sent letters or rang us up, they knew us. So
but Gurugram has a very strong RWA community. We see a lot of engagement there.
Yes.
Did they reach out? Did they educate you about the candidate? Encourage you to come out and vote?
No, the candidates themselves came out to
educate us. Well.
You got a few phone calls?
Yeah, I got a few phone calls, and they did mention that, please support us and come out and vote. And since I teach and I'm in school, so normally I was talking to the children also that don't think that it's a weekend for you and don't sleep. So please get up and tell your parents to go out and vote and just not Diwali shopping.
That doesn't seem to have worked, sadly. We'll come back to the issues in just a bit. We have another citizen here. You're somebody who works here in Gurgaon. You're not from here. That's why you could not vote. You were telling me a little while ago. But is that a general sense, or do you think there should be more participation from the corporates as well who are doing enough? Remember, Gurgaon contributes to the maximum amount of revenue generation for the state. But still, we are standing here right outside Galleria. Just look at the condition of road. The footpath is not in shape. Parking is an issue here. These issues did not compel people enough to come out and vote?
Well, I believe, Sonal, probably the issues that were highlighted in the poll campaign were, most of the issues were, surrounding the motive behind the Article 370 or things like that. So, which may not have really directly related to the assembly elections. And this may have been, may have been one reason for the people to be very agnostic to the various political parties, and maybe that may not have compelled them to go and vote.
You are saying the parties did not strike the right chord. That's what you're saying.
I think so. I mean, this is what I believe.
And what is it that you wished they had campaigned over? What did you hope were the election campaign issues this time?
Well, if you see Haryana as a state altogether, then there should have been issues related to agriculture. And because both the states, Maharashtra and Haryana, they are very highly, dependent on agro-based industries and agriculture. And if you look at Mumbai and Gurgaon in particular, obviously local issues should have been addressed.
But interesting, he's saying basically that national elections and in fact the issue that national parties picked up, that did not encourage people to come out enough. You're saying you're a teacher, you speak to students. There's been a very active campaign in Gurugram when it comes to environment and climate change. We've actually seen one of those areas where the biodiversity park was actually saved because citizens came out on the streets. Why did we not see them at the polling booths there, you think?
I really wonder because, people are pretty active here and they realize the importance of development here because, when we talk about roads and safety and all the issues that are related to the normal public, so this is the time they should come out and elect because these are the people who will be helping you tomorrow. But as I said, I assume that because of this Diwali break and Diwali coming in, most of the people have gone out or probably out of station and things like that. That's what I can presume. Not coming out to vote really surprises me still.
So is it fair then to say that Gurugram these days and citizens in Gurugram are just Twitter citizens? Yes. They're active on hashtags.
Absolutely.
They're active on trying to set up a campaign, but not active to go out and ensure they exercise their franchise. Is that what you are seeing, ma'am, as well?
That is what I found. That there wasn't so much excitement.
Opinionated, but not enough to come out and exercise their vote.
Yeah, they are interested in their own selves and their own party and whatever. And even though there were no processions or anything that way for voting, I mean, it was a very silent affair I found in Rajasthan, where I come from. There's so much excitement, the scooters and taxis roaming about, trucks, people shouting. There was no noise
You
at
think
all.
even politicians did not run a very active campaign?
No, they didn't come to us. And only the few people who knew us personally in phase 2, they told us on the phone and to come and vote for them.
If just to give you a perspective on Gurugram, there are about 16 candidates who were in the fray this time around. Several independents, but so much so that if you look at the background of Gurugram, no one candidate has actually won this seat twice. If you look at the past 8 years or so, there's always been a new one. In fact, the sitting MLA from BJP did not get a ticket this time around because of his image. A new person from the BJP, a newbie, was put in the fray, and he's somebody who comes from an RSS background. And he was also, taking a cue from what one of the voters here said, that, Article 370 was one of the key things that they got on their agenda. Prime Minister Modi's image is what they had on their agenda, but they did not really address the key issue. In a way, then, just to see the trend with which MLAs have been elected in the past, do you think it's
the money power that counts here? And people are not interested in the policies here.
You see, I didn't have to finish my question. She already knew. That's what Gurgaon hearts really beats for. Go ahead, ma'am.
I don't know what you'd like me to say, but I don't find any excitement for what policies or anything. It's just caste politics and really no interest in development. This place is sadly neglected. This is the place, for us, for little young children, and it's the best. What is it?
They should focus more on safety of women, girls. Travel has to be safe. Basic things are missing. What we say, food, shelter, and what we primarily put it across.
I think so. I'm a resident of Gurgaon as well, and I can say this with authority that public transport is a huge issue.
Absolutely.
Public healthcare is a huge issue. Government hospitals, even rapid metro, almost about to shut now because they're not being able to generate revenue. And why is that happening? Because there's no last mile connectivity. So there are several issues. What, according to you, was the one thing you really hoped people had voted on and you really hoped political parties had paid enough attention to?
Well, I would have preferred going for affordability in education as an important agenda, and especially in Gurgaon and maybe in Mumbai also. And that is where I think, because that is a very essential part. So that could have been a key issue. Education and healthcare, obviously.
So I have a teacher here with me. She can add some perspective
Yes,
to that.
absolutely, I agree with what he is saying. We need more of educational institutions here. See, we are catering to all people coming from different parts of the country, but we don't have enough healthcare, as he rightly pointed out, and even the
Some of the country's best hospitals are here, but you have to go, I don't want to name them, but you have to go to those big hospitals even if you have a flu.
Absolutely correct. And educational institutions are neglected. Where do they go and study after school? Everybody cannot get admission in DU where you get 98-99%. Every child needs an education. So what about the more colleges being set up here? We need
I
more
have to wrap up
colleges.
now, but I quickly want to get a last word from you guys on basically this. Those who did not come out and vote today, they basically lose their right to criticize the government at all moving forward. Ma'am, nobody better than you, with all your experience, to tell them what it means and what is it that they've missed out on.
They missed out on a lot. The development and the child care, the girls are not taken care of. They are not given the proper respect also. And I don't know, it'll take a long time for the boys in this place, the richer classes. They are not very welcome also.
Well, I just want to say this, that the politicians are clearly enjoying the fact that there wasn't enough amount of people who came out and voted. They are very comfortable. If you want to, as an active citizen, keep the power in your hand, have the vote in you and ensure that things are done. And you know, the sad part really is that when it comes to cities like Mumbai and Gurugram, the movers and shakers of the country live here, but they haven't come out to participate and actively participate in this franchise, thus losing out on a huge opportunity. We really hope this is a lesson learned for the next time around. So that's it from Gurugram. It's over to my colleague Saurabh Gupta, who joins us from Mumbai, where sadly the state of affairs is even worse. Saurabh.
Absolutely, Sonal. The turnout in Maharashtra also very, very poor. In Mumbai also poor. Maximum city, minimum turnout seems to be the tagline. We'll be back after the short break with all the details from Mumbai and Maharashtra. Welcome back. Now, even in Mumbai, the voter turnout did not live up to expectations. Politicians came out to vote. Politicians voted. There was Sharad Pawar, there was Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, there was Uddhav Thackeray. All these politicians voted pretty early in the morning. They made appeals to people to come out and vote. But that didn't happen. So did the celebrities in Maximum City. Tinseltown came out and voted. Amongst them, notably Madhuri Dixit, Amir Khan, Varun Dhawan, all of them asking people to come out and vote. Salman Khan among them. But in spite of all these politicians, in spite of all these actors, actresses, Bollywood stars, people of Mumbai seem to have taken a holiday. People of Mumbai made use of the 3 days of the weekend because it was an extended weekend, with Monday being declared a holiday for voting. However, it seems many people have travelled outside, and that was one of the concerns that was raised by the Prime Minister as well. He had asked people at the rally to not go out, to not go visiting relatives, but please cast their vote. That did not happen. People seem to have gone out. The turnout in Mumbai seems to have fallen. But also, let's take a look at the exit polls. The exit polls are out. The voting period is over, and that means that we can now take a look based on the figures that are coming in on who's expected to form government. And it seems that the BJP Sena combined will retain power in Maharashtra. That seems to be the case. But does this mean that voters have a right to criticize them? Well, that right may have been diluted a bit, because the fact is that people in this city did not come out and vote like they should have. There is a drop in the percentage of the number of people who came out to vote, which is the voter turnout. And that's something that's interesting and important to note, given the fact that top leaders were asking people to come out and vote. In fact, earlier in the day, there was Aditya Thackeray, who was going from door to door visiting Shiv Sena shakhas, asking people to come out and vote irrespective of which party they voted for. but that seems to have also not moved Mumbaikars, given the fact that the turnout seems pretty poor, even though in some places people did come out towards the evening. The turnout overall remained a disappointment. Let's just hear and listen in to what Aditya Thackeray said in the afternoon when we put that question to him about the concerns over the voter turnout. Aditya Thackeray now trying to get voters to the voting booth because, of course, Mumbai is known for poor voter apathy. Aditya, Mumbai's turnout is still a concern. Are you also concerned about the turnout in Mumbai?
Not really. I know Mumbaikars will come out and vote. I've been appealing to everyone. Every leader has been appealing to everyone to come out and vote. Whoever you want to vote for, but to come out and vote is very important today. We were expecting some light showers and it's turned out to be very sunny. So I think Mumbaikars are coming out a little slower, but as the afternoon catches on, you'll see a lot of Mumbaikars coming out.
I think many are saying that, the 3 days, many people have gone out station on this Monday and the Sunday and the Saturday. Do you think that is the reason why in the morning the voting turnout was slow?
I wouldn't. Yeah, Ashokji. Yeah. I wouldn't think so, because honestly, if you see the excitement amongst Mumbaikars, amongst even Maharashtra at large, there has been a lot of excitement. People are stepping out to vote. Right now I'm meeting a lot of people who are just stepping out to vote.
Right.
So it's like a lazy, it's almost like a lazy Sunday afternoon feel on a Monday because of the holiday also.
So you're hoping that Mumbai turnout will improve?
We'll go past the halfway mark.
Okay, great, and hopefully that will be good news for you too. All the best once again. Well, but what are the issues in Mumbai? People may not have turned out to vote as much as people would have liked, as much as the system would have liked, as much as political experts would have liked. But there are a number of issues in Maharashtra that have dictated these assembly elections. And let's just recap those issues. Now, for the BJP, it was central issues. And many were saying this was an election where it was emotion versus economy. So while the Congress and the NCP focused on the economy, the farmers' distress, the rural distress, the BJP and the Shiv Sena combined focused mainly on Article 370, the abrogation of Article 370 in Kashmir, nationalism. And these are issues that seem to have at least worked for the BJP if one is to go by the exit polls. So like several experts have pointed out throughout the day, where the BJP sets the narrative to a national issue, it does do better. If it is relegated to state issues, if the elections are fought on state issues, then of course the opposition parties tend to do better. This seems to be an emerging trend. But we had several leaders who spoke about agricultural distress as well throughout the campaign. Sharad Pawar, the Congress NCP, was amongst them. And Sharad Pawar also spoke this afternoon. He did speak on a lot of things, including several issues like the Maratha reservation. And all of those issues seem to have been electorally important in this Maharashtra election. But Sharad Pawar actually managed to be the fighting force for the opposition. And in fact, those visuals of him addressing a rally on the last day of the campaign, drenched in the rain, seemed to have given some sort of a spurt to the opposition parties, especially the NCP cadre, who seemed to be out on the streets as well and fighting, even though the Shiv Sena BJP combined seem to be taking over completely as far as the campaign is concerned. But let's just hear what Sharad Pawar had to say.
We have seen that the opposition campaign was quite lackluster compared to the BJP Shiv Sena campaign, but you were the one who was touring the entire state and you were the face of the opposition in Maharashtra. What is the sense that you got when you toured the entire state?
No, there are two things. What we say about the campaign of BJP, Shiv Sena and others. In fact, Maharashtra Chief Minister has said on many occasions, there is no election, what he was saying. There is no election, it's a one-sided game. On the other side, what I have seen in the field, mood of younger generation is totally against BJP Shiv Sena government. They want change. There are a number of areas where unfairness was very much there. Now take the case of agriculture. In agriculture, the farming community is in very bad shape. There are 16,000 farmers committed suicide. It's not a small thing. Industrial states. But if you see and visit many industrial estates, MIDC establishments, about 50% industry are either cold or sick. Workers are losing their job. For instance, a company like Jet, it was one of the major airlines. It has totally closed. Now, 20,000 workers were working in Jet, altogether the staff. And now they have lost the job.
Also, we have seen a very unique sort of a campaign by Raj Thackeray also, where he said that opposition needs to be stronger, and that is why you need to vote for me to make the opposition stronger. So right now at the moment, we are seeing a very weak opposition. Do you think this election will change that, if at all the BJP Shiv Sena will come back to power? If they come back to power, will the opposition be stronger at least?
I don't think they will come to power. What I'm seeing, what I'm observing, what I interact with people, and what I report get, I don't think they will be able to form government. Congress, NCP, Peasants and Workers' Party and their friends, they are getting very good response, and that response is definitely indicating the change of government and form a new government.
Well, voting has ended. We've discussed the poor turnout. We've discussed what has transpired all through the campaign. But join us on the 24th on counting day, when we will come to you live with all the results from early morning.